What's up everyone, it's Adam, welcome back, and in today's video I'm obviously reviewing the Bose frame's tempo, but I'm going to have my normal glasses on for a large part of it just so I can make sure the video is recording right. I just can't see my screen with these on, so it's a little distracting. But besides that, I want to share kind of my story before I even get into specs or anything with this. I think it's best to just share my real life experience with these, and if I notice a difference in my lifestyle and basically just kind of quality of life. And that sounds goofy to say, but think about it. Whenever we buy a new piece of technology, the main thing is this going to benefit my life in any way? But this right here, I just had so much fun with these. Namely, because of that lifestyle change of it getting me more motivated to ride my bike, go on hikes, and just go for walks more. Because the number one thing I see with cyclists and with people going for walks, especially since it's summertime and it's super bright outside, is guess what they have? They have sunglasses on and a pair of earbuds or headphones. And I'm just like, dang, I'm not sure if they even know of these, but I'm telling you, once you get these, you just don't really care to like bring too much with you, especially on a bike ride. I mean, for me personally, I have my phone in my pocket. I have an iPhone 12 mini, so luckily it's not a massive phone, but I have that, my house key, and sometimes not even that because I have a garage keypad or whatever. And then just these, and boom, I'm ready to go. Like, it's the most comfortable bike ride ever. And I go in like basic workout clothes, nothing crazy. But that's the first thing I noticed is before I got picky about like sound, about how good the polarization is, which I'll get into how good these lenses look, regardless of the standard ones or these ones, and really just design and all this and that, is it's such a good product that you will be wearing them all the time. I mean, just warning you, I have tan lines on my temples over here just because of how much I've been wearing them. So for me, that's the number one thing I noticed. And I even wear them when I'm gardening, etc. Anything that has to do with the outdoors while it's sunny out, I have these on. And it's almost like a little bit unhealthy because you shouldn't be wearing sunglasses like all day. But that's the best thing I can tell you right off the bat is it's a lifestyle game changer. Okay, so without selling you too hard on the lifestyle change you'll get with these, let's go over the specs and then I'll go over into controls and pros and cons and everything. So let's first go over what these have to offer. They have the Bose open ear audio design, 8 hours of battery life, 1 hour gets you 8 hours from dead via USB-C, 4 hours of playback from a 30-minute charge, IPX4 water resistant, so that's really just sweat and weather, so like rain. You don't want to take a dip with these or anything. I didn't try that, but it's probably not recommended. They have beam-forming microphones, and they're aerodynamic and lightweight with TR90 nylon frame. So I'm not sure what that means. You may know better than I, but that's just what they have to offer. And then they have tap and touch swipe controls. And I know on their website, they offer a prescription lens discount with Lensable. So if you need that like I do, it's a little pricey, but it's worth it for me to eventually get them prescribed because I'm telling you, when I've used prescription lenses versus these, that's the only flaw when it comes to how good they are outdoors, even indoors. And I say indoors, and that sounds funny, namely because if you're listening to something and you go on a bike ride, and let's say you're gonna go get a beer real quick, or you're gonna go to the coffee shop like I do all the time when I'm riding my bike, I don't wanna take them off because I just am like, I'm already listening to something and I could just pause it real quick with the controls. So I'm like, I just want to keep them on because I'm going to go outside and sit down for my tea or my coffee or whatever I got anyway, So there's no eye strain I noticed at all. Anything different from even high prescription lenses from Warby Parker. I got the best of the best polarized lenses I can get. And yes, those are better overall, but these are more than good enough for what they come with. And they also have 3 different lenses. They have one like this for the road, one for like trail hikes and for lightly shaded areas mixed with the sun, and then also low light ones in case you do a lot of early morning bike rides or even late in the evening bike rides where it is going to be low light but you just need sun protection. So I wouldn't expect you to really have an issue, at least in my experience. Now, how do they fit with the hinges and just overall clamping force? At first, it feels a little uncomfortable. Definitely not gonna lie, but they feel a little uncomfortable, and it could be because I broke these glasses in, I broke my other sunglasses in, and I think what it is they need to be that way just so your head can adjust to them, or so they can adjust to your head. It's not like they squeeze in your head or anything, but after 2 weeks, for sure they're broken in. I only had a little bit of discomfort where I was like, man, they're really snug on there for like the first day or two. So after a few hours, they'll be broken in. So the fit for me is great. I haven't noticed any issues since they got broken in. And the biggest thing is just to make sure that the nose tips here, the nose guard, the replaceable ones they come with, make sure you actually try them, because at first you're going to be like, oh, okay, they fit great. And then you might have to make some adjustments and be like, well, maybe they're not fitted all the way. Maybe they're a little bit loose, or maybe my nose, they're not clamped on my nose good enough. Once you get them clamped on your nose good enough, you'll notice the difference. So just really make sure you play into that as well. And that actually moves us into the sound quality next. So best way I can explain it is I ride my bike at about 10-15 miles per hour on average. So all you cyclists out there, I know that's not Armstrong enough, or whoever is king right now, but for me, that's just what I ride my bike at. And even at that speed, I notice no interruption with whatever I'm listening to. That includes music, audiobooks, podcasts, etc. And I have to have the volume at about 70 to 80% to constantly listen to whatever it is I'm listening to, even with busy cars going by, with wind blowing in my face, and riding my bike at 10 to 15 miles per hour, or maybe even running, because I go for a lot of walks as well, where with that volume, it's perfect. I don't have to turn it up any more than that. I mean, you can and still have an enjoyable experience without hurting your ears, but for me, that's more than comfortable enough. More than comfortable enough to where I can listen to anything. And when it comes to the music quality, so if you are going to be listening to a lot of music, I think these are going to be great for that. Just don't expect much bass. That's the only issue. But as far as clarity, whether it's rock, hip hop, or anything, you're going to hear everything you would with normal headphones. You're just not going to feel it as much as you would with earbuds or headphones. So that's the best way I can put it. And I listen to everything from Meek Mill to Deftones to Tool to Rage Against the Machine to, of course, a ton of audiobooks and podcasts, etc. Whatever it was I was listening to, even with podcasts and audiobooks that have terrible quality, terrible sound quality because the person's like using their MacBook computer or whatever, even that came out good on these. So in short, when it comes to the sound quality, it's there, the volume's there, the clarity, you just getting enough out of it to be like, okay, I'm riding my bike with audio sunglasses, for crying out loud. It's good enough. All right, so since I have them on, let's go over the controls. When it comes to the main button over here, the power on, power off button, you can flip them upside down to turn them off automatically, or you push it once to turn it on, you hold it down for about 2 seconds to turn it off, and it'll give you a notification for that. For media controls, press once to play pause, double tap to go forward, triple tap to go back. Same thing with the answering and ending phone calls. Press it once to answer, press it twice to reject the call. As far as volume controls, you slide the temple right here on the right side, either forward for volume up or back for volume down. You double tap it to access your voice assistant, so whether it's Siri or the Google Assistant, and all this can be implemented in the app. But besides that, there's no EQ, obviously, and there's no customization with the controls. I mean, the right side is the main side for controls. So depending on how you ride your bike, and if you're expecting to do it on the left hand, like let's say if you're used to that because you're given signals and this and that, it's going to be the right side only. Okay, so now that we went over the controls, let's go over a microphone test to see what that sounds like. Hello, testing the Bose Frames Temple Style audio sunglasses in a quiet office. Test 1, 2. All right, this is a microphone test of the Bose Frames Tempo. And actually outside of a coffee shop, I figured since these are active headphones, may as well see what it sounds like near a busy road with a little bit of wind and people around me talking and whatnot. So test 1, 2, 3. Bose Frames Tempo go about, I think, 10 miles per hour maybe. So nothing crazy. I'm not a big time cyclist. But yeah, let's see how it sounds with the wind. As far as the case goes, this is built in a hard shell form factor. So I'm thinking if you're going to be carrying this around, in your gym bag or in your backpack when you're going on hikes or bike rides or whatever it is you're going to do, I think they're going to be well protected. I mean, you'd have to really smash them, like, and step on them and try to break the frames in these to really get through this. So that's another really good design factor of these, is not only are the frames built really durable, but so is the case. Now, I said a lot of good things about these. Are there any cons or anything I would suggest that are not making them worthwhile in my experience? Well, number one is just how expensive prescription lenses are. So if you're somebody that has to be able to see, like your vision is really so bad that you need prescription lenses, period, those lenses are pricey for these. I mean, you're already spending 250 bucks just to buy these, not including different lenses, which are 40 bucks a piece. Depending on if you can get them on sale, that's what I paid though. If I remember right, it's about 40 bucks for interchangeable lenses. So that's the number one con. Number two con is yes, they are chunky. So if you're kind of considering getting, let's say, blue light lenses with this style of frame, I would suggest going with something different like the Bose Rondo, or maybe the Tenor or any of those other ones. Because if you can find blue light lenses for these are going to be more for if you're wearing them indoors or you're going for a walk and you just need something that's a pair of audio sunglasses and you like this style a lot more. It's not as chunky, it has a matte finish just like the Bose Tempo, but in my experience between these two, and I could do a full in-depth review, is this style I think is more for those that are like, hey, I need blue light lenses and you can get those from Lensable or something like that. But this is strictly for active use in my opinion. I don't think the Bose Tempo is really meant for getting blue light lenses with, although you can do that. But you're going to have to change the lenses often in my experience. You're just, because of how chunky they are, and you're going to be like, yeah, I really only want to wear these for being active and that's pretty much it. I can't think of any other use for them. And like I said, that includes going for a walk and gardening and this and that. But that's the other con. It's just the use of them is only singular in my opinion. The other thing is the music quality may turn some people off from them. And I think it's because most of the time when people are working out and they're working out hard, they want to be motivated by the music. They want to feel it. And you're just not going to get that with these. It's going to be very passive compared to a very active music experience. But listening to content, audiobooks and podcasts like I do 90% of my life, it's a fantastic experience. To be able to have something like this to listen to content with is a game changer, I'm telling you. But for real though, those are the only cons I could think of. And that's because I'm starting to think about the winter time coming. Or just really like, man, if I'm going to spend 250 bucks, I better use them a lot. Because unlike the Amazon Echo frames or the Razer Anzu, those smart glasses come with blue light lenses and sunglass lenses. So I'm like, I don't like the sound quality of those and design of those because of how fingerprinty they are. They have that glossy look to them. As much as these are going to last way longer. They got way better sound and they're better for what I use them for, which is being active. I just wish so bad I could use them interchangeably for so many things. So anyhow, I hope this review was helpful. Thank you for watching. Stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll see y'all on the next one.